Everyone. Okay. So in last class, in last couple of theory classes, we have already discussed about the various forms of C looping structure. We have discussed about the for loop, while loop, do while loop, and in the last class, we actually uh, did some programs which represents various forms of while loops and for loops, like the finding the digits of a number, given number, then finding the sum of the digits of a given number. Then we have done the palindrome checking, whether a number is a palindrome or not. Okay, how to reverse a number. Then we have done the Armstrong number. Okay, the last program we have ended with the Armstrong number, right? So today, before I am going to discuss with some of the more important programs, just I want to tell you one basic difference or the basic applications of a particular thing that last class I discussed about a type def. So today I would like to discuss about continue statement, the use of continue statement. Okay, so let me share my screen first. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So what I have told today, I would like to discuss about continuous statement, C continuous statement. So there are two kind of statement whose differences or whose distinguish is frequently coming. That the difference between break statement, and continue statement is a very important question which are frequently coming into the semester examination as well as in your on campus interview. They're asking this question very frequently. What is the difference between break statement and continue statement? So this break and continue both are keywords among those 32 keywords in C. Okay, and we have already learned how we can use break statement, because while we discuss about the switch case or switch looping, then in that switch case I already discussed about the break statement. Break statement is actually terminating you from outside that particular loop where we are going to apply the break statement. Now today I would like to discuss about the continue statement. Okay, so if you have a notebook, please note it down, some important points regarding continuous statement. So all of you write it down. The continuous statement in C, the continuous statement in C works somewhat like the break statement. The continuous statement in C works somewhat like the break statement. Full stop. Then write, instead of forcing termination, instead of forcing termination, okay, forcing, instead of forcing termination, comma,
Sir, Abdul Naim is asking for let him in.
automatically the in should be done. Okay, so
স্যার ইনস্টেড
let me
অফ এর
let
পর কি বললেন?
বলছি, let me repeat the statement again. The continuous statement in C works somewhat like the break statement, full stop. Instead of forcing termination, it forces the next iterations. Instead of forcing termination, comma, it forces the next iteration of the loop. It forces the next iteration of the loop to take place. It forces the next iteration of the loop to take place, comma, skipping any code in between. Skipping, skipping, skipping any code in between. Full stop. Let me repeat the second statement again. Instead of forcing termination, comma, it forces the next iteration of the loop to take place, comma, skipping any code in between, full stop. Has everyone noted down? Has everyone noted it down, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the next statement, in case of for loop, comma, the continue statement causes, in case of for loop, comma, the continue statement causes the conditional test, the continue statement causes the conditional test and increment portion of the loop to execute, and increment portion of the loop to execute. Okay. So just repeat the last statement again. In case of the for loop, the continue statement causes the conditional test and increment portion of the loop to execute. So let's show you the use of continue statement with the help of some example. So let's check out the screen. So this is a main method. Okay. So in the main method, let's show you the use of continue statement first with the help of do while loop. Then I will show you in terms of for loop. Okay. Int a equal to 0. Suppose I have defined one local variable. This is actually a local variable, as all of you know that. Okay. Right. Now we will call a do loop, do while loop, and there I have given a condition a equals to 15. Okay. And I did that operation a plus plus or a equals to a plus 1, what I would say. And after this increment operation, I have given this continue statement. Just like a break statement, I have written the break statement in the same way. Just instead of continue keyword, I have used break keyword while we are writing break statement, then followed by a semicolon. Okay. So do loop ended here. At the outside of the do loop, I just print a variable a. Okay. And then I have given, sorry, and I did a plus plus. Okay. And this is the end of the, sorry, this is the end of the do loop. So this statement we actually writing within do loop, and this portion will be a portion of the if loop, right? This a equals to a plus 1 and continue will be a portion of the if loop. And there is a do loop bracket has been closed down. Okay. Now we will write the while condition of the do loop, as all of you know how to write a do loop, do while loop. Okay. So this is the whole program, right? So let me just make it dry run. So here I have defined a variable a. I have defined a variable a with a value of 10. Okay. With a value of 10. And if a equals to 15, if a equals to 15, then it will increment it by 1 and then perform the continue statement, right? And each and every iteration of this do loop, the a value will be printed in the output screen, and finally it will perform the a plus plus operation, and this loop will continue starting from 10. Obviously the initial value of the a is 10, that means the loop will start from 10 value, and the loop will continue until the value should be less than 20. That means up to 19 the loop will print, right? So if I am not giving the continue statement, what should be its output?
It will gives all the 10 to 20 all the output. But if we use continue, so it will does not give 15 as output.
Yes. So if I am not giving any continue statement, this is give like this 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but 15 is not there. So if loop will be there. If a equals to 15, a equal to a plus 1. So when you will get a 15, then the loop will be skipping. Okay. So I am not using this statement. So you will get all the outputs here. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. You will get all the output here. Okay. You will get all the output here. That means starting from 10 and reaching up to less than 20, that means 19, right? Now if we open this continue statement, then the output will look like this. You will find that all the outputs are there except the value 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 will be there, then 15 has been skipped down and then 16 will be there. So from this output you can identify that the continue statement is mainly doing the operation of skipping the iteration, that particular iteration, skipping that particular iteration for which the condition a equal to 15 has been mentioned. So when the value of a equal to 15 has been mentioned, then we are using the continue statement with an increment operation. That means it actually skipping that particular iteration. That is the job of the continue statement. Okay. Clear? That is the job of the continue statement. Is it clear to everyone? What is the job of the continue statement? Now, if we do the same job with the help of for loop, okay, I mean for loop the একই কাজটা করলাম. If we do the same job with the help of for loop, how it will behave? Let's check it out. A equal to 10, a less than 20, a plus plus. Okay. So here I have declared only a. Okay. Now within this I have given the if loop 15. Then I have printed the value of a here, and we will remove this while loop. We don't require while loop because I am using for loop. So in this case, we will check it out. The same concept will be there. Okay, the 15 has been skipped. Okay, because I have make that continue statement actively open. That's why 15 has been skipped. If I will make both this statement condition as a command line, then you will get all the outputs including 15. Right. So this is the way how we can use a continue statement along with the for loop. Okay. And the first case I have shown that how we can use continue statement along with the do while loop. Okay.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, actually, if the condition a is equal to 15, then if we put a is equal to a plus 1, then it already skipped that condition. Then why should I need continue? Like if I just print a after removing the continue, then also it doesn't print the value a is equal to 15.
Okay, then let this a equal to a plus 1 skip that part and run this code. Okay, understood?
Yeah. Okay, that's why I'm saying like
clear. So this condition is not required here if you are using continue. Okay, if you are not using continue, then this condition will be required. Okay, so this statement is optional. I have written extra statement, so you don't need to require this one. Okay, so the job of the continue is while it will get that particular condition within the series of starting range from 10 to less than 20, that means 10 to 19, when it will get that number a equal to 15 in that particular statement or for that particular condition testing, the continue statement will execute and it will simply skip the iteration for that particular condition checking. So that's why this 15 output you will not get as a output screen. Okay, so it will actually skip from 14 to 16. It actually skip that 15 output here due to the continue statement. Okay, clear? Everyone clear? Proত্যেকে বুঝতে পারলে?
Yes, sir.
So in examination, if this question will come, what is the difference between break and continue? You will have to explain with this kind of code snippet. Please remember, without giving code, this continue and means the explanation of the C concept is very difficult. Okay, with the help of only theory statement, if you write the explanation, then it will not be achieve the full marks. Please remember it. Okay. Okay. The next thing that I want to show you, again we will go back into the into some program of the looping operations, how we can perform some looping operations. So in last class I already discussed some of the important programs. Now in this class I also want to discuss with some important programs. Okay, looping programs. Like all of you have already done a factorial number finding a factorial number with the help of our Raptor software in the form of flowchart design. We have already did that program, that how we can find a factorial from a given number that has been provided by the user from its terminal or from his keyboard. Okay, so in C code, how we can represent that thing? I think that you have already remembered the logic of the factorial, which I already explained in very detail during that flowchart design. So here I will have to first find the factorial of a number. So that's why we have to take the input of the number first, on which we'll actually trying to find the factorial. So enter the number, and the user has entered that number on which the factorial will be performed with the help of scanf statement. That means through terminal or through keyboard at runtime, the user will enter that number on which factorial will be performed, right? Clear? So if you remember that during the flowchart design, we have used a looping execution statement. That means a feedback loop or the go-to statement during the algorithm we have used to represent the factorial of a number, because the same job will be done for a multiple amount of times. Okay, that is called factorial. So here we will do that. We will use a variable, we will declare a variable and initialize the variable with the value of 1. Okay, that will be required to multiply with the number on which we are actually applying the factorial. And this is the looping variable I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Okay, this is the for loop. If you remember, during that flowchart representation of factorial of a number, I have used a feedback path or feedback looping structure, and here I am using a for loop. You can use while loop as well. Okay, is your choice, but don't use do while loop. Okay, don't use dual. Try to avoid the use of do while loop. Okay, so for loop. Now within this for loop, we will do simply this operation p equal to p into I. So if you remember, this operation I did while I was showing the factorial in terms of flowchart. Okay, and our factorial final factorial value is stored within that output variable of p. So that's why we have printed the output variable of p. Now let's check it out whether our program is correctly working or not. So I want to do the factorial of the number 5, and it will give you the 5 factorial, that means 120. So our program has been correctly working. Okay, so I just making it a small revision, those who forget how to do the factorial. So if you remember that we did a factorial in such a way, if we do the 5 factorial, then we will do 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so that is equivalent to 120. That is 5 factorial. I think all of you understood that thing. So how we can do this 5 factorial? This 5 will be treated as a n, because we have given 5 as the input of n, right? So that should be n factorial. N factorial means what? N factorial means n into n minus 1 into n minus 2, okay, into n minus 3 into n minus 4. Okay, and we will stop here because n minus 4 means 1, where n value is 5, n minus 4 is 1. So our factorial will stop here. So we can do the factorial logic either in a decrement logic with the help of decrement loop, okay, or we can do the same factorial logic with the help of increment loop. So here we have used the increment loop to do the factorial logic. How we can use the increment loop to do the factorial logic? Simple, in a reverse order. if we start the value from 1, okay, so 1 next value will be 1 plus 1 2, so 2 into 1, then next value will be 2 plus 1 3, so 3 into the previous value. Okay, so in this way, each and every time, if you start from the right hand side to the left hand side, we simply incremented by plus 1, and that increment operation we did here. You can also use the decrement operation in such a way. That's your choice. So in the first case, if you see in this logic, when the value of I equals to 1, what will be the value of P? The P starting value is 1. I have initialized the P value with 1. So when the value of what is the new value of P? The new value of P is P into I. So that means 1 into 1. Okay, because the I is entered into the loop with the value of 1 and the initial value of P is 1. So first value of the P or the new value of the P is 1. Okay, that means the old value of the P is replaced by a new value of the P. Okay, that is 1. Now the loop will repeat again. Why the loop will repeat again? Because the n should be 5, because I have given the input of the n is 5. So I will repeat the loop until it is not equivalent to 5, right? So the next value of the P should be I plus plus. So I plus plus increment operation is done. So right now, after this statement, the I will be incremented to 2. Okay. So in the next iteration, the P will be multiplied with the previous value of P. What was the previous value of P? 1. So 1 will be multiplied with the new value of I. That is the after increment, the new value of I is 2. So what is the new value of P? Is 2. Right. Now the I is again incremented by 1. So the new value of I is 3. So if the loop will repeat again, because right now 3 is less than equal to 5, so loop will repeat again. So P equal to P into I. Okay. So here, what was the previous value of P? 2. What was the new value of I? 3. Okay. So 6. So 6. Okay. So P 2 into 3, 6. Now the next increment value of the I will be 4, right? So what was the new value of P? The last value of P is 6. The new value of P will be the last value of P, that is 6, into the last value of I or the current value of I, that is 4. So 24, right? Now I is again incremented by 5. This is the last time the I is incremented, because when the I becomes 6, then the loop will terminate, because the condition satisfied and the loop will terminate, right? So here, what was the new value of P? The old value of P is 24 and the current value of I is 5. So the new value of P is 20. Now the loop will terminate because the I value is 6 and that 6 will not be satisfy the condition. So that's why it will terminate and it will finally print the last value of P. What was the last value of P? 120. So you will get 120 as a output. Clear? Everyone clear? প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir.
So Fibonacci series প্রত্যেকে করতে পারবে, Fibonacci series, because that logic I already discussed while we compile that series in our design structure, flowchart design structure. So I will give those Fibonacci and Fibonacci series for you. Okay, I will leave those two programs. The same thing I have already discussed about it. Okay. Okay. The new thing that I want to discuss today is how we can print the patterns. Okay, that is very important. How we can print the pattern. The series print, Fibonacci series is actually part of series print. Okay, so if you print the series as a Fibonacci series, then you can do it. Okay, so in examination they can give any kind of series to you. As for example, the most common series that all of you know, that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus ... plus n. Okay, and what will be the output? So they will ask you, so what will be the sum of this entire series? Okay, what will be the output of sum of this entire series? That you will have to do. So it's a very simple program. I think all of you can easily do it. So here we simply take a looping variable I and a sum variable which will be initialized as 0, because I already told sum variable is always starting with a initial value 0. Otherwise, it will take a garbage value if you don't initialize it. Okay, and suppose I am taking this number as a end number of the series, means how much large will be your series. That means what will be the ending of the series that will be given by the user as a input, right? Now we will run our for loop. In our for loop, we will start the for loop up to 1, just similar like a factorial, less than equal to n I plus plus. Why? Because our for loop should run from starting from 1 value to up to nth value. So that's why the for loop will run from 1 to n, right? And n has been mentioned by the user at runtime in the input as an input. Okay. Now within this for loop, we will simply do this operation sum equal to sum plus I. Okay. Are you agree with me?
Yes,
Do
sir.
you agree with me? So here we can easily find out the final sum results by printing the sum variable finally. Why? Because sum will start from 0, initial value 0. So what is the initial value of 1? I, that is 1. So first value of sum will be 1. Right? So the first value of sum will be 1. So the loop will repeat again. So after the repetition, the I value has been incremented by 2. So what was the previous value of sum? That is 1. And what is the new value of I? That is 2. So 2 plus 1 means 3. So what is the current value of sum? That is 3. So up to this, we have made the sum. Again, the loop will increment. Okay. And I is becoming 3. So when I is becoming 3, what was the previous value of 3? Sum, that is 3. And what is the new value of I? That is also 3. So total 3 plus 3, 6. What is the current value of sum? Is 6. So we will do up to this operation. 3 plus 2 plus 1 means 6. So in this way, it will increment, or the loop will iterate until it will reach the range of the given input of the user. Okay. So this is the logic, and this is the most simple logic. Okay, I didn't declare the n that we mentioned. Okay. So suppose up to 5, I am going to did the series. So this is a sum of the natural numbers. Now, if I want to tell you that you can print this series, how can we do that? Instead of finding the total number, you have to print this series. Print this series. You বলতে পারবে কিভাবে করব? How I can print this series in output?
So print আইটাকে প্রিন্ট করলেই তো।
Achha, one thing all of you please remember. One thing all of you please remember. Some of you are thinking like that, sir, can we print the series in such a way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dot, dot, dot. Suppose I will ask you to print the series in such a way. Okay, separating by comma, because when you are printing the series, there is no need of plus operation. Okay. And you did in such a way. Sir, I have already successfully printed the series. You don't require to give the number. So this is the series print. But in such a way, you cannot do the series print. This is totally invalid. It's totally wrong. Because this series print will be stuck for a particular input range. That means in future, if the user will give n equal to 10, তো তোমাকে বারবার এটাকে চেঞ্জ করে দিতে হবে ম্যানুয়ালি। So it is entirely a wrong concept to do it, to print the series in such a way. So you will have to do it logically, that whatever input the user will give, your series will print accordingly. Understood? প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পারলে? So this kind of series print is entirely a wrong series print or wrong concept. অনেকে করে দেবে হয়তো। That's why I'm showing these things. এবার কেউ আমাকে বলো, if I want to print the series with the help of logical concept, that means for any number of user input, the series will print it as it is. Okay.
Sir,
So how can I do that?
স্যার আইটাকে প্রিন্ট করলেই তো।
Yes, very good. Very simple. We can do the within the for loop, we simply print I, nothing else. Give a space and simply print I. Space দাও দরকার নেই, give a comma and simply print I. So 5. Okay. Agree with me, everyone? Okay. Now we can increase the number of the input. Suppose I have given 15. বুঝতে পারলে? Agree with me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So you can give any range of the input from the user point of view, and you will get the series within a few seconds. You don't need to change your program manually each and every time by inserting into a program. That is entirely wrong concept. Program barbar change kora jay na, is not possible. Then there is no need of doing program. You can write with the pen and paper. You can write all the 15 series manually. Okay, you don't need to write a program for that. So that's why you have to do it logically. Now suppose I want to do this thing. 1 square, 2 square, then 3 square. I want to print the series in such a form. 4 square, 5 square, and so on. Okay, n square. How can I do that? So this means
Sir,
1
how
square, 2
function-
square.
Before it, we have to use like creating a new variable and square it. Then after I print it.
So 2 square actually it will be printed in such a way. Okay, it will be
Okay,
printed
like-
in such a way. That means it cannot print in such a way that 1 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2. We can do that by making a full number. That means 2 square will be represented as 4, 3 square will be represented
Yeah,
as 9, 4 square will be
That's
represented
right.
as 16. In such a way we can print. Okay, 2 to the power square will not be an option. So here we can do what he told me, that pow. We can use a pow function, or we can directly use this one, because square is repeated for each and every one. So we can do in such a way. এই তো করতে পারি তো?
But sir,
স্যার I into 2
it's a-
করলে হচ্ছে না তো।
it's a multiple, sir, and power is different. Power means,
আচ্ছা, ওটা 2 to the power হচ্ছে না, sorry
Yeah.
I power is
2 to the
different.
power-
Yes, sir. I into I.
Right.
It's
So we can do in such a way, right?
yes,
এটা
sir,
করতে
yes,
পারি
sir.
তো? So we have to
Yes.
include the header file. We can include the header file. So one thing you should remember, you can do a wrong program. So don't be scared about that doing a wrong program. Wrong program is also helpful for you to learn the change of the program, to learn the knowledge, the actual concept of the program. So you can do a wrong program. That is always welcome. Okay. No, হচ্ছে না।
স্যার শিফট 6 করুন পাওয়ারের জায়গা। শিফট 6 ইয়ে করুন, তারপরে 2টা লিখুন, তাহলে তো ওই পাওয়ারের ইয়েটা আসবে। আপনি যেমন উপরে লিখেছেন, না আপনি যে ওই ইয়েটা লিখেছেন না, ওই পাওয়ারের জন্য আপনি যে ইয়েটা ইউজ করেছেন সিম্বলটা, সেই সিম্বলটা
হ্যাঁ।
ইউজ করে দেখুন।
না, ওই সিম্বল কেন ইউজ করব? আর এই সিম্বলটাকে বলা হয় ক্যারেট সিম্বল, CARET, ক্যারেট সিম্বল। ওকে, তুমি যেগুলো
What
বলছো
is,
শিফট
sir,
সিম্বল না।
if I declare a new variable and
স্যার
first
স্যার পাওটাকে দিয়ে যদি একটা নতুন একটা ভ্যারিয়েবল যদি ডিক্লেয়ার করে নিয়ে ওটাকে ডাইরেক্টলি কল করি ওখানে, তাহলে হবে? প্রিন্ট করতে চাই।
না, এটা কেন কাজ করবে না? দ্যাট ইজ দ্য কোয়েশ্চেন। Why it will not work? Why it will not work? তোমরা বারবার ঢুকছো বেরোচ্ছো এরকম করলে এখানে কিন্তু বারবার আমাকে অ্যাডমিট করতে হলে খুব সমস্যাজনক ইস্যু, মানে
Sir.
বারবার ওই স্ক্রিনে যেতে হচ্ছে আমাকে। No, it always comes 0, but it should not come 0, right? I start from 1, so 1 to the power 2. Power is there, so 1 to the power 2. 2 to the power 2, 3 to the power 2. In such a way, the power function should work, right? The power function should work. Okay, we will check this program later. Okay, all of you please try to do this program. Okay, প্রত্যেকে দেখো যে প্রোগ্রামটা আর কিভাবে করা যেতে পারে, right? Because power function is not working. Power function, sometimes the power function will create a problem. It is not a new for me. Okay, because this power function is connected with the math library, and in many situations it will create difficulties, it will create problem. That's why I actually avoid to use the power functions. Okay, in some of the cases it will create a problem. Okay, all of you please check it. Okay, তোমরা প্রত্যেকে দেখবে এটা কিভাবে করা যায়, right? Okay, okay, let's last thing that I need to discuss today, that pattern print or pyramid print. Okay, that is one of the very important and interesting concepts in C. That means how you can print various kind of patterns or various kind of structure with the help of C program. Okay, এটাও তো এক ধরনের structure. This series print is also one type of structure. How we can print a structure in such a way, suppose I want to print the structure. Suppose I want to print such kind of structure as an output.
স্যার হ্যালো,
Yes, please.
বলছি স্যার আপনি যখন সিরিজটা বার করছেন সেই সিরিজটা বার করুন, তারপর যখন প্রিন্ট করছেন তখন ওই ফাংশনটা লাগান, যে টু দি পাওয়ার 2 ফাংশনটা লাগান, তারপর
ঠিক আছে,
print
ওটা
করলে
তোমরা ট্রাই করো, ওটা নিয়ে আমি সময় নষ্ট করছি না, ওটা তোমরা ট্রাই করো, ঠিক আছে? সলিউশন আসলে আমাকে দেখাবে, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, right now I want to print this pattern print, okay, with the help of C program. So what is the pattern that I want to print? This is the pattern. It is looking like a square pattern. Okay, if you draw a line or connected the line of the outside circles, outside stars, it will working like a square patterns. But here each and every row of this square will contains a star. So it will also you can also compare this pattern as a matrix pattern. তাই তো ম্যাট্রিক্স প্যাটার্নের সঙ্গে কম্পেয়ার করতে পারবে এটাকে? It is a square matrix n cross n.
Yes, sir.
Or you can say
Yes,
1
sir.
2 3 4, so 4 cross 4 matrix, so total 16 elements or 16 stars are there, so 4 cross 4 matrix. So it is much more convenient to compare this pattern with along with the matrix pattern. Okay, because it will help you to understand the overall pattern concepts. Okay, so this pattern you need to be printed as an output of your output screen. Okay, again the same thing, you cannot within the printf, within double quote, you cannot print in such a way in this pattern, because it is actually stuck with a local minima. That means it will actually stuck with a local given values, but the user can give any kind of value. Suppose user, instead of 4 cross 4, user will give 6 cross 6 as an input, or 8 cross 8 as an input, or 9 cross 9 as an input. Then you will have to print in such a way. And here actually user will give the input in the form of lines, how many lines the user wants to see in such a pattern. So here the user will give 4 as an input, because 4 lines are there to check such a pattern, to see such a pattern. Okay, 4 lines are there. So here enter your number of rows or number of lines. Okay, that is the user input, right? Now we'll have to run 2 loops, one I equal to 1 to n, j equal to 1 to n, and simply print the pattern star here. Check out what I'm trying to do and give a new line here. So let's first run the code and then we will decide whether the code is correctly running or not.
Sir, can I say something for the previous code?
Yes. একটু পরে এটা
We can
দেখিনি,
use
then
Okay.
একটু পরে এটা দেখিনি. Okay, so here we will run the number of rows. Suppose I have given 5. Okay, I have given 4 because the drawing I did for the 4 prints. Okay, so these are the 4 stars. Okay, I think all of you agree with this pattern. This pattern I am trying to draw. Okay, now suppose if you want to give a space, then you can give a space here in such a way. So I can give suppose 6 rows as an input. So 6 rows are there and 6 columns are there. So automatically this pattern, so this kind of ranges you can define as a user input, and your output of your program will be arranged accordingly. So your code should be such a level that you can do this star pattern for any kind of input, for any number of input range. Okay, it should not be stuck to a particular range, right? Now how this logic is actually doing, is actually working, that we are seeing here with the help of a dry run, right? So So what is the input of our code? Here the input of our code is a number of lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Which will be stored into a variable n. So here the input of our code is n equal to 4. For sake of simplicity, we will assume the input of our code is n equal to 4 for this case, right? So now we will run two for loop. This for loop will run for the row identification or row numbers, whatever you say, of the matrix, of the virtual matrix, okay? And this for loop will run for column identification or column numbers, okay? So ith loop, the outer for loop will run for the row identification, and the inner for loop, nested for loop, I already told you, I already discussed with you, this is a nested for loop. So the outer for loop will work for the row identification and the inner for loop will work for the column identification, right? Very good. Now within the inner for loop, only one printf has been executed that will print the star as an output and give us space, right? And in the outer for loop, we have been put a new line, right? Why it will require? Let's check it, make a dry run of it, okay? So in the first case, I equal to 1, check it very carefully. Try to understand very carefully. In the first case, I will be entered with the value of 1. So when it will enter into the second loop, the value of I was 1 and the value of j is also 1. So in the first row, so I represents row number and j represents column number. So in the first row and first column, it will print the first star. Very good. It will print the first star, right? But the loop will execute, this inner loop will execute again. Why? Because the inner loop, in case of nested for loop, the logic tells that first the inner loop execution should be fully completed, then the outer loop execution will be completed. Let me repeat again, the nested for loop logic will tells that first the inner for loop execution will be fully completed, okay, after exhausting the inner for loop execution, then the outer for loop execution will be completed, right? So for one value of I, that means for I equals to 1, the j will be repeated nth time, n number of times. So what is the value of n? 4 number of times. So if the j will repeat 4 number of times, so how many star will be printed? Because within the j loop there are printf star. So if the j loop repeated 4 number of times, that means for the I equal to 1, j will repeat it 4 number of times, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because j equal to 1 to n. And for the inner, first the inner loop will execute fully, will exhaust it fully, and then it will comes into outer loop. So for I equals to 1, when it will enter into the inner loop for I equals to 1, it will first execute the full loop fully. That means starting from 1 to n. So what is the value of n? 4. So j will be executed for 4 times. So 4 times execution means 4 times star print, because j er moddhe star print ache. So 4 times it will print the star with the help of space. One space has been given because space has been inserted here. Blank space, right? Very good, right? Is it clear to is it clear to everyone up to this? There is the first line. Is it clear to everyone up to this? That is the first line print. প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পারছো?
Yes, sir.
Now this inner loop has been exhausted, fully executed up to n. That's why the 4 times star has been printed. Now it will execute from the inner loop. Okay. Now when it will execute from the inner loop, then it will comes in the statement of the outer loop or the body of the outer loop. What is the statement the outer loop will execute? New line. So the control comes into this line. From this line to this line. Okay, because new line has been executed. Now the outer loop will again execute. So what is the current value of outer loop by incrementing I plus plus? Now the value of I equal to 2. Okay. Then when the value of I equal to 2, then it will enter into the inner loop of j equals to 1 to n. So for I equals to 2, again the j loop will execute 4 times. I think all of you agree with me. For I equals to 2, again the j loop will execute 4 times. Okay. And 4 times it will print the star, and again when it will execute the 4 times the inner j loop, it will again get outside of this loop and it will give up new line. So new line means new line. So again the outer loop will again incremented by 1. Right now the value of I becomes 3, and for the 3 the j loop will again executed 4 times. Okay, so again print of j loop 4 times for the value of I equal to 3, and it will do the same thing again when the value of I equal to 4. But when the value of I equal to 4 is there, when the value of I is incremented after I equal to 4, that the I value becomes I equal to 5. When the I equal to 5 is there, it doesn't satisfy this condition because n is 4. So 5 is less than or equal to 4. No, it's a wrong condition. So that's why it will totally terminate from the outer loop and it will reach at the end of the program. And end of the program is nothing, so it will stop our output here. Clear? বুঝতে পারলে? Anyone has any doubt? Anyone has any kind of doubt? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So that's why we will get the output in such a fashion. Clear? If anyone has any doubt, please ask me. This is the major thing, the most basic program to understand this code. Now in examination, we can give you any kind of pattern. Okay, as for example, suppose I have given this pattern to you. Suppose I have given this pattern to you. This pattern. How can we do this? How can we print this pattern?
J is less or equal to, and instead of we use J is less or equal to I in second loop.
Yes. So the thing is that you have to consider this pattern as a matrix, right? You will also have to consider this pattern as a matrix, just like the previous case. But here this portion of the matrix is empty, right? This portion of the matrix is empty. So that's why we'll have to do such a way that when the value of I is equal to 1, the J loop should execute only one time. যদি একবার এক্সিকিউট করে তবেই তো একটা স্টার প্রিন্ট করবে, রাইট? when the value of I is equal to 2, the J loop will execute 2 times, তবেই তো একটা স্টার প্রিন্ট করবে, দুটো স্টার প্রিন্ট করবে, right? when the value of I equal to 3, the J loop will execute 3 times. when the value of I equal to 4, the J loop will execute 4 times. then it will print in such a fashion. দেখো এই ফ্যাশনটা আর এই ফ্যাশনটা এক, right? This structure and this structure is similar. So how can we make it that when the value of I equal to 1, the J loop will execute only one time, not nth time. So if I will change the value of n by I, if I will change the value of n in the J loop by I in the condition value, can it print in such a way? Let's make a dry run of it. When I equals to 1, J will execute fully. So J will execute fully means J, what is the ending condition of J is also I. What is the I value is also 1. So J will execute from 1 to 1. So J will execute only one time. Then make a new line. Okay. Now the I value will be incremented by 1. So the current I value becomes 2. Now J will execute from 1 to 2 because the current I value is 2. So how many times the J will execute? 2 times. So it will print 2 times 2 star. Then make a new line. Then again the I value will be incremented for 3. Okay. Now for I equal to 3, the J will execute how many times? From 1 to 3? 3 times. So 3 star will be printed and so on. So in this way, it will give the output. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Tell me, who didn't understand these things? If you don't understand, please tell me. Because there is nothing to remember, nothing to memorize. You have to fully understand that thing. If you don't understand, then any structure can be given into your exam and it will be create a very big problem for you if you won't understand this thing. Bolo ke bujhte paroni? If anyone has any kind of doubt, please tell me. Anyone has any kind of doubt, please tell me.
স্যার আরেকবার বলে দিন কি করলেন ওটা একবার বলে।
স্টার প্যাটার্নটা আগে স্টার প্যাটার্নটা বুঝতে পেরেছো? ডু ইউ আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড দ্য প্রিভিয়াস স্টার প্যাটার্ন?
হ্যাঁ স্যার ওটা বললে বুঝতে পেরেছি।
So এই যে লজিকটা লিখেছি, this star pattern will just simply follow the similar logic. That means when the value of I is equal to 1, I means your row number. When the first row is there, I equals to 1, the J will be executed only one time. That's why the star will be printed only one time. When the value of I is equal to 2, that means the second row, the J will be executed 2 times. That's why the star will be printed 2 times. When the I equal to 3, J will be executed for 3 times, then the star will be printed for 3 times. So each and every cases of the outer for loop, the inner for loop will be incremented by 1.
Yes.
Right. So you can measure the relationship between them.
Yes.
Then the J value will be ranges up to the equivalent range of I.
Yes.
For this case, J equal to 3, which is equivalent to I. For this case, J equal to 4, which is also equivalent to I. So that's why I have make it similar from 1 to I. So each and every case, when the value of I is 1, the J is also 1 to 1. Also repeat 1 times. When the value of I is 2, J repeat 2 times, 1 to 2. When the value of I is 3, J repeat 3 times, 1 to 3. When the value of I is 4, J repeats 4 times, 1 to 4. So each and every time the J will repeat and that number of stars will be printed. And this new line is very, very important. If you forget to give this new line, you will not get this structure. If new line ta na di jay kirokom dekhte pabo. Let's check it out. Simple, eta lomba line dekhbo ar kichu na. We will get a single line. This is a star structure we'll get. If you forget to give a new line. Obviously, we'll get a single line because our next line printing will not be an option here. Because new line, you have make a new line as a command line. So new line plays a very vital role here. Tell me, anyone has any doubt? Please tell me. Doubt ache bolo. Anyone has any kind of doubt? Please tell me. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So how can I print this pattern? 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. How can I print this pattern?
Integer
You can write
চারের জায়গায় J এর মানটা দিয়ে দেবো। J টা প্রিন্ট করব।
So obviously, instead of star, it should be some numbers here. So we cannot write star. That is a very clear-cut view for us. Okay. Instead of star, we have to write some number. Write some number means we can print some variable value here, which will acting like a number. Right. So in the first case, when I equal to 1, J is 1. In the second case, when I equal to 2, J will be repeated by 2 times, 1 and 2. So can we write J here instead of I? Instead of star, can we write J here? Because at the first time, when the value of I is 1, so J is also repeated 1 time, 1 to 1. And what is the value of J will be printed? 1. So 1 will be printed. So in the next line, when I becomes 2, so J will be repeated how many times? 2 times, 1 to 2. So at the first time, J will print the value of 1. And at the second time, when J is incremented by 1, the J value will be 2. So 1 and 2 will be printed. Okay. So same logic will be applied here. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. I mean, space ta bhule gechi. You can give a space. Okay. I just forget to give a space. Clear? Everyone clear? Proত্যeke bujhte parcho?
Yes, sir.
These are very simple, but for which pattern they are giving, that is a question mark. Okay. Let's tell me what we will do here. Sorry. If I want to print this pattern.
Sir, ASCII value use for
ASCII, yes, sir. 1 instead of 1 we use 65.
না ASCII কেন করতে যাবে অত ঝামেলা কেন করতে যাবে why you are
পার্সেন্টেজ সি ইউজ করতে হবে পার্সেন্টেজ সি ইউজ করে আমাদের
ক্যারেক্টার প্রিন্ট করে দিতে হবে just print the characters nothing else how very simple we will take one variable char ch where we have stored a character A. Why I have stored the character A? Because it will start from A.
Yes,
It's very simple. So here we can print C character ch, but here we will do one more thing, that is ch plus plus. Why we will have to do ch plus plus? Because ch should be incremented in each and every case. So A plus plus means the next value of the A will be 1, A plus 1, that is B. Actually ch plus plus করা মানে back end এ ASCII ভ্যালুটাই কিন্তু increment হচ্ছে by 1. Okay, while we are doing ch plus plus at the back end of the character, what is the ASCII value of capital A? What is the ASCII value of capital A? বলেছিলাম
65.
65. Very good. So when it will do ch plus plus, then 65 will become 66. So it will print B. When you will give ch again one more ch plus plus, then 66 becomes 67. Then it will print C, and the formula is same because the structure is same. এই এরকম স্ট্রাকচার রাইট অ্যাঙ্গেল ট্রায়াঙ্গেল এই স্ট্রাকচারে যখন আসবে, so it will always 1 to n and I 1 to y like this. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and so on. Clear? Everyone clear?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in examination they can give any structure, you can understood that thing. You
Sir.
don't have a compiler, so in examination pen and paper you have to write without compiler. Okay, বলো।
স্যার বলছি স্যার ওয়াই অবধি প্রিন্ট করার পর কি সিম্বল প্রিন্ট করবে এখানে যদি বেশি ইনপুট দিই আমরা?
না,
ASCII ভ্যালু ওটা
আবার
স্মল
repeat করো। আবার ওটা তোমার ASCII ভ্যালুটা বাড়তে থাকবে, তোমার যেরকম হবে সেরকম দেখো। আমি বড় করেই দিচ্ছি, ধরো। It's a very good question. এই যে নেক্সট ASCII ভ্যালুগুলো প্রিন্ট করতে থাকবে, আফটার
এটাই
z
বলছি।
z এর পরে যে ASCII ভ্যালুটা থাকবে তার করেসপন্ডিং যে সিম্বলটা থাকবে সেগুলো প্রিন্ট করতে থাকবে। ঠিক আছে,
Okay,
স্যার আমরা স্যার হ্যালো
বলো।
স্যার আমরা ওখানে কিছু লিমিট দিয়ে দিতে পারি না, যে জেড এর পর যদি হয় তাহলে আবার এ প্রিন্ট করলো, তাহলে
সেটা দিয়ে
সেরকম
দিতেই
একটা
পারো, সেটা অসুবিধা। দেখো তোমাদের পরীক্ষাতে এরকম একটা স্ট্রাকচার তোমাকে এক্স্যাক্টলি প্রেজেন্ট করে দেবে, তা তুমি তত অব্দি প্রিন্ট করবে। বুঝতে পারছো কি বলতে চাইছি?
yes, sir.
তুমি তত অব্দি প্রিন্ট করবে, অসুবিধা তো কিছু নেই। তোমাদের কিন্তু পরীক্ষায় যখন এরকম একটা স্ট্রাকচার দেবে, ইউ উইল হ্যাভ টু রাইট দিস কোড and please explain at least 2 or 3 lines what is actually going on or how this code is actually working. Without explanation, your examiner will deduct at least 1 or 2 marks from your program. Don't write the program and leave the code. You don't do in
Sir,
such a way.
explanation in the
Sir,
form of
it-
comment lines.
কমেন্ট লাইন কেন দেবে? তুমি তো পেন অ্যান্ড পেপারে থিওরি এক্সামে কথা বলছি রে ভাই।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, মানে
Lab
কমেন্ট
না।
লাইনের মতো করে লিখবো।
স্যার
Explanation টা
এক্সপ্লেনেশনটা
লাইনের
কিভাবে
পাশাপাশি।
লিখবো?
পরীক্ষায় কোশ্চেন যেভাবে লিখবে, পরীক্ষায় কোশ্চেনে ইউ উইল হ্যাভ টু রাইট দ্য কোড। আফটার দিস ইউ উইল রাইট, একটা প্যারা করে লিখবে। তুমি খাতায় পেনে লিখছো, খাতায় পেনে তো তোমার কমেন্ট লাইনে কোনো
স্যার
গল্প নেই।
ফুল প্রোগ্রামটাই লিখতে হবে প্রত্যেকটা প্রোগ্রামের ক্ষেত্রে, না স্নিপেট প্রোগ্রাম?
Look, if they will ask you, that is also a good question. If they will ask you, they write a program. They will specifically mention you to write a particular program. Then you have to write the full program, starting from header file to up to return 0. Okay? And if they will ask you, suppose they will ask what is the difference between break and continue. So সেখানে তো তোমাকে প্রোগ্রাম লিখতে বলেনি। They didn't ask you to write a program of break and continue. But to support your logic, you have to write some sort of code snippet. তখন তুমি ফুল প্রোগ্রামটা নাই লিখতে পারো, তখন তুমি কোড স্নিপেটটুকু শুধু লিখে ছেড়ে দিতে পারো। আন্ডারস্টুড কি বলছি? বুঝতে পারছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
বুঝতে পারছো? When they will explicitly mention to write a program, then you will have to write the full program. But when they implicitly mention মানে যারা কোশ্চেন দিয়ে দিল, at the back end you have to support your logic, you have to write the program. Then you can skip the writing of full program. But if you have a time, my suggestion is always to you, if you have a time, write the full program. If you have a time. If you don't have a time, then you can go for the code snippet. Okay? আর অনেক সময় কোশ্চেনে মেনশন করে দেয় যে with the help of code snippet explain these things. তো তখন তোমাকে মেনশন করেই দিয়েছে, then you can use a code snippet. Okay?
আচ্ছা স্যার, সিন্স উই আর বিগিনার্স, তাই জন্যই কি কোডটা লিখে আমাদের এক্সপ্লেন করতে হচ্ছে, নাকি উই হ্যাভ টু ডু দিস টিল আওয়ার এন্টায়ার সেশন?
সব সময় 4th ইয়ার অবধি যদি কোনো প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ পড়ো সেটা অলওয়েজ করবে। It's my
How do I
suggestion to all of you.
solve that?
Because if examiner will deduct 1 or 2 marks, you have nothing to say. তুমি কিছু বলতে পারবে না। Examiner বলবে তুমি কোড লিখেছো, I don't understand anything about this code. Where is the explanation? এই কোডটা কেন লিখেছো? কারণ যেমন খুব ভালো করে লক্ষ্য করে দেখো, I already told that for a particular program there may be different kinds of code. অনেক ধরনের কোড লেখা যায়। একটা প্রোগ্রামের জন্যই one person will write a different kind of code. তো তুমি যেভাবে কোডটাকে লিখেছো, you have to give an understanding logic that your code is running in such a way and your code supports the output in such a way. So that logic, how you can write that logic? You have to write that logic by your own words in the form of paragraph or explanation of the code. Understood? বুঝতে পারলে?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we will check the next pattern. Again, we will return to a star. This pattern is just a reverse right angle triangle. Reverse right angle triangle. How can I do that?
স্যার ডিক্রিমেন্ট করে দেবো।
Decrement করে দেবো. That means when the value of I is equal to 1, j will repeat 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4 times. J will repeat 4 times. When the I becomes 1, j will repeat 4 times. When the I is equal to 2, j will repeat 3 times. When the I is equal to 2, j will repeat 3 times. J equal to 1, 2, 3. When the I is equal to 3, j will repeat 2 times. When the I is equal to 1, j will repeat, sorry, I is equal to 4, j will repeat 1 time. So this program logic can be written in several ways. Okay, I am writing in one way. You can write in your own way. Okay, there is nothing to harm. I want a correct output. Because way the program logic lekha jay. Suppose I am writing the program logic in such a way. Suppose I want to start the value of I from n and n to 1. Okay, n to 1 and I minus and j I make it no change here, and I will make a star print here. Okay. So can we write this logic? Let make a dry run. Okay. So what is the value of n? Suppose I have given the value of n is 4, right? So I start with n equal to 4. So I equals to 4 right now. So it will enter into a j loop for I equals to 4. So when I becomes 4, the j will repeat it from 1 to I. That means 1 to 4. So this star will print it 4 times. Okay, this star will print it 4 times. Now I will be again decrement by 1. In the next term, I will be decrement by 1. So I becomes 3 right now. So j repeat 3 times. 3 times. 3 stars will be printed. When I again decremented by 1, so I becomes 2 right now. So j will repeat 2 times. So 2 star. And at the last end, I becomes incremented by 1. So I becomes 1 now. So j repeat 1 time. So 1 star. I think the logic is correct. So let's run it. Okay. Is it working correctly?
Yes,
What do you
sir.
say? Do you understand logic? কে বুঝতে পারেন লজিকটা বলো? কে বুঝতে পারেন লজিকটা বলো? অনেক হয়তো ভাবছো স্যার in the previous program you have started I from 1, now you have started I from 4 or nth value. Then is there any problem? No. Actually, virtually we are considering this I is 1. So we can also consider the I from n. N means 4. So the next I will become 3. Then the next I will become 2. Okay. And for which j will repeat 2 times. And the next I will become 1. For which j will repeat 1 time. Logic ta thik rakhli holo. And you can write this logic with the help of increment loop as per your choice. But I have thought this logic right now for the time being. Who
Sir,
didn't understand this
increment
logic?
loop-
Bolo. Ha, bolo.
Sir, বলছি ইনক্রিমেন্ট লুপ করে রিভার্স কিভাবে করবো একটু বলবেন?
ইনক্রিমেন্ট লুপ করে রিভার্স কিভাবে করবে মানে বুঝলাম না।
মানে আমি
কিসের রিভার্স চাইছো?
মানে এটারই রিভার্স, তাহলে তো সোজাটা হয়ে যাবে। মানে আগে আমি ওই সোজা ত্রিভুজটা করলাম, তারপর সেটাকে রিভার্স করে দিলেও তো এটাই আছে।
না, সোজা ত্রিভুজ করে রিভার্স করা যাবে না। মানে হোয়াট ইউ আর টেলিং ইজ এ ভেরি কমপ্লেক্স থিং। সোজা ত্রিভুজ করে রিভার্স করা খুব ডিফিকাল্ট। তোমাকে এইভাবেই ভাবতে হবে যে প্রথম লাইনটা যদি 1 হয়, মানে i equal to 1 এর জন্য যেটা তোমাকে 4 বার প্রিন্ট করতে হবে। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য মোস্ট কমন লজিক। নাও যদি ইনক্রিমেন্ট লুপ করে আমি করতে চাই, ইউ ক্যান থিঙ্ক, আমার দেখো মুখস্থ নেই, আই ডোন্ট নো, so I can try it. Okay, suppose if I want to use the increment loop,
স্যার
I equals to
যেটা
1 to n, যেটা কিন্তু 4 বার ঘুরতে হবে, মানে যে should
স্যার
be run
যেটা
for
n
nth
n
time.
প্লাস যে ইজ ইকুয়াল টু n প্লাস 1 মাইনাস i করলে হয়ে যাবে এটা,
n plus
প্লাস 1
1
মাইনাস i
sure, n plus 1 minus i, this thing, এটা বলছো? আচ্ছা
স্যার i
minus
যে
i,
না, হ্যাঁ স্যার এইভাবে
এটা বলছো তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার
করে দেখি। Yes, it told the very right logic. Look, with the help of increment loop, we can do this way. So I think my previous logic is much easier to understand this
স্যার
logic.
এটা তো আরেকটা ভাবেও করা যায় যেটা ভীষণ ইজি, সেটা যদি আমি এরকম করি, মানে আইটাকে যদি 4 থেকে শুরু করে 1 অবধি নিয়ে গিয়ে i মাইনাস মাইনাস করে দিয়ে যদি
Look,
যেটাকে
for don't use the comma term 4, use the nth term, okay? You have to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
for
মানে
general purpose, okay?
না মানে
General
হ্যাঁ,
purpose
আমি জাস্ট
করতে হবে।
এমনি বলছি যদি আইটাকে আমি n থেকে শুরু করে 1 অবধি নিয়ে যাই, নিয়ে i মাইনাস মাইনাস করে দিই, নিয়ে j ইজ ইকুয়ালস টু 1, j লেস দ্যান ইজ ইকুয়ালস টু i করে দিয়ে যদি আমি j প্লাস প্লাস করে দিই, তাহলে তো আরো ইজি হয়ে যাচ্ছে না কোডিংটা?
এটাই তো দেখালাম কিছুক্ষণ আগে, তুমি যেটা বলে সেটাই তো আমি কিছুক্ষণ আগে করলাম। প্রথম কোডটা কোনটা করলাম, ওটাই তো করলাম। এই যে
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
এই যে
হ্যাঁ,
তুমি যেটা বলছো সেটাই তো করলাম ফার্স্ট কোড।
স্যার i লেস দ্যান, হ্যাঁ গ্রেটার দ্যান, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে, ওকে। সো অনেকগুলো প্যাটার্ন আছে, আমি তোমাদেরকে এবার অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট গুলো দিচ্ছি, প্রত্যেকে করো। আচ্ছা, আরেকটা নাম্বার আছে যেটা আমি তোমাকে দেখাইনি, তোমাদের বলিনি, দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড কৃষ্ণমূর্তি নাম্বার, দ্যাট ইউ উইল ডু। ওকে, কৃষ্ণমূর্তি নাম্বার। হোয়াট ইজ দ্যাট কৃষ্ণমূর্তি নাম্বার? কৃষ্ণমূর্তি নাম্বার যেরকম আর্মস্ট্রং নাম্বার ছিল, the কৃষ্ণমূর্তি নাম্বার is as important as Armstrong number. Okay, what is কৃষ্ণমূর্তি নাম্বার? Armstrong number কি ছিল? We have to first divide the number into individual digits and then the nth, if there are n number of digits, then 2 to the power n of individual digits, summation of the 2 to the power n of individual digits will return the same number. That is the Armstrong number. So for sake of simplicity, if we take an example of a cubic number, that is 3 numbers, suppose 153, so 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube will return the same number, 153. The summation of the cubic of the individual digits will return the same number for a 3 number digits in case of Armstrong number. In case of Krishnamurti number, it will
ডিজিটের ফ্যাক্টোরিয়ালের যোগফল।
yes, it is actually a similar concept. Suppose we will take this number 145, then individual digits factorial addition or the summation of the individual digits factorial will return that number. Okay, so what is the 1 factorial? 1. What is the value of 4 factorial? 4 into 3 into 2. 24, 24. Plus what is the 5 factorial? 120. So what is the total number? 145. Understood? That is the Krishnamurti number. So all of you please do this Krishnamurti number for not for the general, just do for this 145. That means make your input fixed 145 and do this Krishnamurti number for 145. Okay, so you will find this assignment, this program as an assignment. Okay, clear? So these are Krishnamurti. Is this understood by everyone? প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পারছো what is Krishnamurti number?
yes sir.
Okay, so let me share the today's assignment first. I am sharing the today's assignment in your chat box. Let me first share the assignment on if and else, okay? Because if and else we didn't do it, and then I will share the assignment for while loop, okay? The assignments that you want to perform today, only today, that I am going to share, okay? And the rest of the assignments I will upload in your Google Classroom that you will have to submit. Look at the chat box very carefully. And I didn't share those assignments which I already discussed or did in our classes, okay? That you will have to submit as a lab report, okay? Those assignments you will have to submit. I will upload those assignments in your Google Classroom. These are the 5 assignments from if and else, okay? 5 assignments from if and else. Now I'm sharing some assignments from looping, okay? That was assignment number 3. That this 5 was. I will share the document regarding the assignments, okay? So what you are going to do today, that I am going to share, okay? Okay, so these are the assignments that I have shared. Total 5 plus 3, 8 assignments. Okay, all of you start doing these assignments. Okay, it's right now 11:17. I will start check from 12:20. Okay, 12:20 I will start checking your assignments. Okay, is it clear? প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পারলে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার সবকটা করতে হবে তো এখন
সব করা। আর rest of the assignments I will share in your group, in your Google Classroom. Okay.
আচ্ছা ওটা বলবো স্যার প্রিন্টএফ এর পার্টটা বলবো ম্যাথের
করে নাও, যখন তোমাদের ওই 12টা 20 পর আমি চেকিং শুরু করব তখন তোমার কাছে জেনে নেবো, ঠিক আছে?
ওকে স্যার,
এখন এগুলো কমপ্লিট করো। ওকে, ডু ইট। ডু নট লিভ দিস সেশন। কেউ ছাড়বে না এই সেশনটাকে, কারণ আমরা তো গুগল ক্লাসরুমে নিচ্ছি, সরি জিমিটে নিচ্ছি, জিমিটে তো অফ হয় না। সো ডু নট লিভ দ্য সেশন। ওকে, ডু দ্য অ্যাসাইনমেন্টস।